rev up those engines because we're going to be starting off Mario Circuit right now. Back to 4th Street again, and I do like this rendition of Mario Circuit. I think if anything, this Mario Circuit's based on the one from Double Dash and the one they brought back in Wii. So this is going to be a very interesting board to work with. No, never mind that. Anyway, 18,000 for the target and 1 bankruptcy limit, and first or second to progress in tour mode. And as you can see, I have my biker gear on, and my little accessory today is triple green shells. So let's just start with that front. I will say this board does not look that bad. It has 2 loops in it, technically 3 if you want to count where the heart is, but yeah, this is like a very very loopy board, where the top one has both the club and the diamond, so we got to work with that one. And if anything, this is gonna be a good one. This board, if you know what you're doing, you can get a monopoly pretty easily on this board. Wow. And if anything, you can get pretty far with just 3s and 1. I think the only biggest district in this area is the what do you call it? I think it's either the Heart District. Oh no, not the Heart District. Just the district before the this one. Well, just this one. District E here is a good one. District G over here has some pretty expensive boards, especially because of the placement. Another good area is this one here, District D, because if anything, if people want to avoid it, they either land on Take a Break, or the worst one is the Heart. But everything else here is pretty decently priced. The one thing the bank is good, and this one's pretty good as well, especially if it's lower leveled. And if anything, I know when I played Fortress Street with my brother, both me and him, we got almost all the shops in this first area, and we just gave each other Monopoly. It was pretty good. And it did pay out in dividends, so I cannot lie. Let's see. The price increase this early is terrible. A 3. Oh no, he doesn't roll again. Thought he was. Makes sense that he wouldn't. Mario Shop is open for business. Come on, come on. Okay. Basically, right now with at least level of AI, we got an A, a C, and a D. Since Diddy Kong's here, he's the only D. Daisy's a C, and we already know about Mario. So best bet right now is that I'm fighting Mario for at best 2nd place. But I may be like, not tooting my own horn, but I may be like a little bad in that decision. If I can shop in the district, it's not that bad. 2 and 1, especially near the spade, is really good. Not much else to say. By the time this is being recorded, well, yeah, by the time this is being recorded, the last episode I recorded for Mario RPG comes out this Wednesday. So that's going to be a fun thing to see. I usually just don't expect anything to pop off on my channel though. Just make it, drop it, and not forget that it's over there, but just have fun with it. Where are the racers? I know there were like racers the last time or like when it started. I don't know where they went. They probably disappeared. Anyway, 2 2s and 1s is not that bad. Getting a 3-1 this early is not gonna be that troublesome. 39, and then we'll go down. I'm gonna go down. Much better for me than just worrying about going up. Looking at that heart out of the way immediately. Mario has to make the longer loop to get the longer loop to get to Diamond and Club. Zoom to any shop you want. That technically helps him, because if you get the high enough roll, you can go to the roll again and get a heart. Man. More script writing is what I've been doing as well. If anything, what I've been doing, most of my time has been going into the remastered Spider-Man on Steam. I've been having a lot of fun with that game. It's pretty fun. I beat the game. I finally completed the base game. I already completed the first DLC that came out with it. I'm on the second DLC for Spider-Man 1. It's still getting pretty good. I know some people would just say, probably just end on Spider-Man 1, or just, if you want, go to Miles Morales and stop there. Then, don't play Spider-Man 2. But, nah. I'd rather keep playing, Spider-Man. Because it's been fun. It's been actually a lot of fun with the combat and shit and all that front. So, let's just get with that detail. I know, if anything, though I love my laptop a lot. It's been a pretty good gaming laptop. I do need to buy a better fan for that. I have a $30 base with fan, which is not bad. But, it could be better. It could be a lot better. But, I just want to get... I've been saying it a lot. I just want to get, a good graphics card for this computer. Though it has integrated graphics. Yeah, so those have, integrated graphics. It just makes more sense to just get the, just an actual graphics card so I don't have to worry about the integrated graphics. Especially for games that I want to play. It's not in promotion, and he has to go grab that all over again. Alright, that's terrible for this early on. Piggyback in. Alright, not much else to say. I'm just gonna go grab more shops before I start upgrading. Makes more sense in my opinion. Don't worry about the shop, or don't worry about upgrading right now, because it's still the early beginning of the game. Alright, at least Daisy blocks E3 in 1. That's good for me. But yeah, I've just been playing a lot of Spider-Man. It's been there. I don't want to play more other games in, not series, but games in general. I know one of the games I wanted to play was the Dead Space remake. And if anything, it was 80% off on Steam. And not the original 2008 version, the remaster that came out. So I'm very excited and very happy I got that game for $12. Worth it in my opinion, and I might actually fuck around and play it. But I do know if I ever were to do Dead Space, yeah, Dead Space 1, I would play the remastered version. And then after that would just be any differences between the original and the new one I would show. But I also mean me playing through the original game as well. And I do how the remake easily put in Isaac's voice actor in. Because in the original Dead Space, Isaac never spoke. And at the time it was pretty good. Yeah, that was it. At the time it was pretty good because well, Isaac not speaking was a norm at the time. Yeah, Isaac's not speaking was a norm at the time. Not a lot of main characters spoke during the mid 2000s. And if anything, when remake came out, or when the remaster, yeah, when Death Space remake came out, people were skeptical for the introduction of Isaac's voice in the beginning of the game, because Isaac never got his voice until Dead Space 2. And people liked his voice in Dead Space 2, so pretty interesting. And if anything, it doesn't feel shoehorned. Isaac's commentary, Isaac's voice in general in Dead Space 1 does not feel forced, which is really good, especially since there are just some of the games that had no voice for a character that was shoehorned in that made it seem not good. Like, in my general opinion, there's just some voices or some like remasters that put in voices that just feel too shoehorned in, like terrible. But that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, I'm just very happy that the Dead Space remake never, not lost its identity, but never like felt shoehorned in when they did that. Felt right at home. Also, the introduction to, like, if anyone has not played Dead Space remake, one, go play the game. If you're not a fan of horror games, that's fine. But like, it's a really good game. But to anyone who has played Dead Space remake, y'all know that there's 2 endings to that game. Just the normal base ending and then the secret ending you get for actually technically completing the game, which I'm very happy for. And if anything, it does show that the people do see it, and people do call that secret ending more like the canonical ending of Dead Space. You know, like the canonical ending of Dead Space 1, which I can kind of see it. So that's a fun adventure to see as well. But yeah, I can see the original Dead Space 1 being canonical, but the new secret ending for Dead Space 1 also being canonical. So let's just have fun on that scenario. And I just do know that I'm gonna have to play through Dead Space 1, and if I ever were to do it like a Dead Space 1, I have to start with 1, start with the beginning, because it makes it more easier on myself to work with it. And ooh, that helps me a lot. And what's the word? Trying to figure out when to start it is interesting. And what I mean by that is, if for example, if I ever wanted to do a collab for Dead Space 3 with a friend of mine, do I upload that first? Or do I save it on my hard drive and upload Dead Space 1 and 2 first, then go back to, and then like upload Dead Space 3, which is just years in my hard drive, for example? Or stuff like RE5 and 6. Like, do I have to play like RE4 since that's the beginning of the modern or the action-oriented RE games? Or do I have to start with 1? Stuff like that. It's just some dumb talk I ask myself because I don't know. Just me being me. But whatever happens, happens, and I'll just decide with it. God damn it, game. Trying to get to the bank and you're making me roll a 1. Fuck you. Another thing I'll just say about like these types of games that I want to like upload out of order. As I said, if I were to do like Dead Space 3, RE5 and 6 make a perfect example because I love playing RE5, I love playing RE6. I would love to sit down and do like a recording session for like one of them. But like, do I have to play for remake just to like have it there so it's canonical or all that? But nah, because like for me, I want to play, I think it's no, I know one game I want to play is Neo the World Ends with You. I never say the S after that, or I just go 12 Neo. And I just love 12 Neo. It just sucks that there's like no good way to play. Yeah, there's like no good way to play the original 12 if you don't have a capture card. Because I'd rather not emulate the game on my computer because DS emulation, stylus games, is pretty bad if you don't have a trackpad or like a drawing tablet. Another one is just like the Switch remake that was made for, yeah, the Switch remake that came out is also fucking terrible. I would not recommend anyone to play that. As much as I love the Switch and I love some of the games on Switch, I can never recommend the Twirly like Final Mix on Switch. The control scheme is really bad. Like, I had to show a couple friends of mine how the control works and all that, and they were amazed, to say the least, or to downplay it really, really heavily, that they did not expect the controls to be that bad. So that was fun to work with. I never recommend that. So like, if I ever were to do like a 12-week LP, do I stick with Neo, or do I stick with Neo being the first one I want to do, or do I suck it up and deal with like the remakes, like the remakes bullshit of just playing it? It's the same thing with like Okami HD and like Okami Den, for example. 20, huh? Well, no one's here, so I can take it. Yeah, so like also with like Okami HD and Okami Den. What was another game I rather play the sequel more than the original?